2 ASEAN member states, each entrance will mark a reaffirmation of their commitment not only to the ASEAN Charter but to a collective regional future that is peaceful, prosperous and inclusive. We are definitely pleased to welcome the arrival of the Honourable Foreign Ministers of the ASEAN member states here today, representing the strength, unity and shared purpose of this regional community. With their presence today, will reaffirm ASEAN's enduring commitment to mutual respect, cooperation, inclusive growth across Southeast Asia. We're definitely honoured to welcome the Foreign Minister of Timor-Leste, whose participation have actually reflect a significant step in the country's path towards a full ASEAN membership. With the growing engagement of Timor-Leste, it will continue to symbolize ASEAN's open door policy and collective aspiration for regional inclusivity. As our distinguished ministers and delegates arrive and make their way into the venue, we'd like to thank them for their presence and commitment to shaping a more secured, united and prosperous region together. Now, throughout the summit itself, we've seen a strong reaffirmation on ASEAN's core values, dialogue, cooperation and mutual respect. From advancing digital cooperation and green growth itself to supporting regional stability and inclusivity, each meeting will conclude adding more building block to ASEAN's evolving architecture of peace and progress. Now, over the years, ASEAN has grown from 5 to 7 members to now reaching 11 members. Timor-Leste's inclusion, the strength of ASEAN lies not just in the numbers, but in its ability to find the common ground amidst diversity, to speak with one voice, and to make collective action on issues that matter most to the people of Southeast Asia. In a world that is more interconnected, yet more divided than ever before, ASEAN will continue to offer a model of constructive engagement, regional diplomacy, and quiet consensus building. Its steady approach often makes the difference in moments of tension, complexity, and precision. Now, behind the scenes itself, countless hours of dialogue, preparations to meetings, consensus building among senior officials to ministers have laid out the foundation for these major outcomes, reflecting on ASEAN's signature consensus-driven approach. This chairmanship itself in Malaysia has placed great importance on fostering the youth empowerment, on science and technology cooperation, enhancing regional connectivity to the key pillars of ASEAN's future prosperity. Now, this year itself, Malaysia as the host has been praised for its people-centered ASEAN. The emphasis of that ensuring that the regional integration benefits every citizen, not just the economies. This marked a pivotal year for Malaysia as a renewed commitment to resilience, unity and forward-looking collaboration among Southeast Asian nations amid a rapidly shifting global landscape. Over the years itself, Malaysia has steered ASEAN through multiple critical summits and meetings, majorly focusing on strengthening regional peace and stability, enhancing economic integration, and promoting sustainable development. Now, the key themes have emphasized during Malaysia's chairmanship, which were advancing digital transformations across ASEAN economies, supporting MSMEs in green transitions, and deepening ASEAN's role on the global stage through strategic partnerships. With the admission of Timor-Leste as ASEAN's newest member, that is a historic milestone, and expanding ASEAN's family and reaffirming the region's commitment to inclusivity. The 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits mark a significant chapter in regional cooperation and progress, bringing together leaders from across Southeast Asia to reaffirm their commitment to peace, stability, and shared prosperity. Now, the summit itself advanced the critical discussions on various topics on economic recovery post the pandemic of COVID-19, strengthening supply chains, and accelerating digital transformation across the member states. Announcing the arrival of His Excellency Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, as well as the Chair of ASEAN 2025. We're honored to welcome His Excellency Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia and esteemed Chair of ASEAN for 2025. Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. Now, under Malaysia's capable and visionary leadership this year, ASEAN has advanced with a strong focus on inclusivity, meaningful reform.
Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the Honourable Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Well, Malaysia's commitment to deepening ASEAN integration has been evident through its proactive support. A historic step for the ASEAN family, Malaysia has championed a forward-looking agenda that prioritizes economic resilience, digital innovation, and sustainable development, while reinforcing the ASEAN's unity amid the evolving global challenges. Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. As the Chair, Malaysia will continue to guide ASEAN with wisdom and dedication, fostering stronger partnerships and building a community that is more responsive, cohesive, and future-ready. We warmly welcome Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim to the significant gathering as more conversations to meetings could be established. Now, this high-level gatherings to conversation is not only symbolic of ASEAN's unity itself, but it is a strong demonstration of shared leadership in shaping the region's response to evolving global challenges itself, be it in terms of climate change, to digital transformation, economic resilience. The security cooperation actually remain a key pillar. Renewed commitments to address transnational threats and promote peace in this region. The summit further enhanced ASEAN's participation and partnerships with global players. It reinforces the strategic position on the world stage. This moment would highlight ASEAN's continued commitment to unity in diversity, bringing together member states, institutions, and partners under a common regional vision. Ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare the meeting to begin, we'll take this time to thank all of our partners, from line ministers to research bodies, development agencies to sectoral leaders and medias who have worked alongside ASEAN to bring this initiative to life. Today is not an endpoint, but it is a continuation of our journey together, one that places sustainability and inclusivity at its heart. Now, across the past few days, meetings have taken place behind the scenes, with senior officials deliberating over policy alignment to economic strategies and inclusive governance. And what we see is the visible outcome of those tireless efforts, from strengthening cross-border collaboration to supporting future-proof economies. Today's will actually embody the next chapter of ASEAN cooperation. And now arriving, His Excellency Kerala Zanana Gusmao, the Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste. This marks a proud milestone as Timor-Leste takes yet another meaningful step towards a full ASEAN membership. We warmly welcome His Excellency Prime Minister Kerala Zanana Gusmao of Timor-Leste.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste.
A proud milestone as Timor-Leste takes yet another meaningful step toward full ASEAN membership. Having conversation with Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister of Malaysia and Chair of ASEAN. Now, Timor-Leste's journey reflects the shared aspirations of Southeast Asia's diverse peoples for peace, to cooperation and shared prosperity. Under Prime Minister Gusmao's leadership, the nation is actively contributing to the strengthening of ASEAN's community-building efforts. We look forward to Timor-Leste's continued engagement and its future as an integral member of ASEAN. Welcome, Timor-Leste. Now, some of the efforts being discussed for the economic integration to regional value chains. Under the ASEAN Economic Community Blueprint 2025, from 2015 to 2024, the ASEAN's GDP actually grew significantly. Intra-regional trade to investment surge and services trade boom. The outcome of it was that ASEAN's connectivity and economic integration is gaining real traction, which Malaysia is helping to steer. And when we talk about regional growth, it's not about numbers, it's about how opportunities flow from one country to the next. Welcome, Timor-Leste. And about a week ago, the 16th of October 2025, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, has formally endorsed the 2026 to 2030 ASEAN Plan of Action for Energy Cooperation, which aims to raise the share of renewable electricity to 45% and reduce energy intensity by about 40% from 2005 levels. Ladies and gentlemen, announcing the arrival of His Excellency Ketua-Ketua, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand. Now, Thailand brings with it a long-standing tradition of diplomacy and is instrumental in regional economic integration,
Announcing the
connectivity,
arrival
and sustainable
of His
development.
Excellency, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand.
Warmly welcome His Excellency Prime Minister Ketua-Ketua of the Kingdom of Thailand. Thailand carries a proud legacy of diplomacy, and they are the key driver in advancing ASEAN's regional economic integration, connectivity, and sustainable development initiatives. Under Prime Minister Ketua-Ketua's stewardship, Thailand continues to champion efforts that foster inclusive growth, strengthen regional infrastructure, and promoting environmental sustainability across Southeast Asia. We are honored to have Thailand's leadership at this important gathering, further reinforcing ASEAN's unity and shared vision for a prosperous and resilient region. Welcome, Your Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Thailand.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore.
His Excellency Lee Hsien Loong, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Singapore. Now, Singapore remains a leader in innovation, digital transformation, and ASEAN economic strategy, reinforcing future-ready cooperation across the region. A warm welcome to Your Excellency. As Singapore continuing to be a driving force within ASEAN, they're leading the way in innovation, digital transformation, and regional economic strategy. Its forward-thinking policies and commitment to sustainability help shape ASEAN's vision for a resilient and future-ready community. No. 1 conversations to meetings. As a global financial and technological hub, Singapore plays a vital role in advancing economic integration, fostering smart city initiatives, as well as promoting connectivity that benefits all member states.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia.
His Excellency Dr. Hun Manet, the Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia, who represents a new generation of leadership in Cambodia, as he is carrying forward the country's strong commitment to ASEAN's values of unity, peace, and regional cooperation. Now, Cambodia has long been an active contributor to ASEAN's development agenda, particularly in the fields of cultural heritage, economic integration, and narrowing the development gap. Under His Excellency Dr. Hun Manet, Cambodia continues to strengthen its role in promoting a stable, inclusive, and connected Southeast Asia. With its visionary of leadership, Cambodia is further strengthening its role in fostering a stable, inclusive, open, and well-connected Southeast Asia. We're honored to have His Excellency join us today as ASEAN continues to build
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency,
community.
Prime Minister of the Lao People's Democratic Republic.
And now arriving His Excellency Thanazai Sivadon, the Prime Minister of the Lao People's Democratic Republic, Lao PDR. Lao has been a vital contributor to ASEAN's vision of a people-centered and inclusive community. Under the leadership of His Excellency, Lao continues to advance the efforts in regional connectivity to sustainable development and narrowing the development gap across ASEAN. As Lao prepares to assume the ASEAN Chairmanship in 2026, His Excellency presence today is a strong signal of cooperation, continuity, and shared ambition for a resilient and forward-looking region. In May this year, ASEAN held a historic summit in Kuala Lumpur with various parties focusing on enhanced economic and trade cooperation amid the global trade tensions. Now, strengthening the ASEAN's external relations through strategic roles, such as the 10+3 senior officials meeting and Lao itself, highlighting the unified ASEAN responses to non-traditional security threats, to digital and aviation safety, climate change, and external partnerships. A very warm welcome to His Excellency.
sir, that is one.
Try to go there. Find good corruption. Then
It's everyone. It's everyone. Unfortunately.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Now, His Excellency Vo Van Thuong, the President of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. It is a nation central to ASEAN's vision to dynamic growth and regional cooperation. We extend a warm welcome to His Excellency. Now, Vietnam stands as a vibrant and dynamic force within ASEAN, playing a central role in advancing regional growth, cooperation, and sustainable development. Its strategic location and robust economic progress exemplify ASEAN's vision of an integrated and prosperous community. Under President Vo Van Thuong's leadership, Vietnam continues to champion initiatives that strengthen connectivity, deepen partnerships, and promote peace and stability across Southeast Asia. We're honored to have Vietnam's continued commitment in shaping ASEAN's future. Welcome, Your Excellency. Now, ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, stands as a powerful testament to regional cooperation and unity amidst diversity. It was founded on principles of mutual respect, peaceful dialogue, and shared prosperity, with ASEAN growing into a dynamic community that champions economic integration, political stability, and cultural exchange across Southeast Asia. In a more rapidly changing world, ASEAN will continue to adapt and innovate.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency Secretary General of the United Nations.
We are deeply honored by the presence of His Excellency Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General of the United Nations, who is leading the United Nations with steadfast commitment to peace, multilateralism, to sustainable development. Now, his partnership today reflects a very strong and growing partnership between ASEAN and the UN, rooted in shared principle of dialogue, international cooperation, and mutual respect for the rules-based order. ASEAN deeply values the United Nations' continued support in addressing global challenges, from climate action and conflict prevention to the sustainable development goals. Warm welcome to His Excellency Antonio Guterres. Now, looking ahead, ASEAN is committed to driving forward reforms and initiatives that would ensure that the region will remain future ready.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency Prime Minister of Canada.
The Honourable Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada. Now, his presence today marks a strong reaffirmation of Canada's enduring partnership with ASEAN. Canada itself has long supported ASEAN's vision of a peaceful inclusive and rules-based regional order. As a key dialogue partner, Canada continues to collaborate with ASEAN in various areas, such as climate resilience, economic innovation, digital transformation, and people-to-people connectivity. Prime Minister Carney brings with him a wealth of global leadership experience, and his participation today in this summit, signaling Canada's ongoing commitment to deeper cooperation with Southeast Asia. Now, beyond economics, ASEAN serves as a crucial platform for addressing complex regional challenges. It has transformed from a loose association into a cohesive community with far-reaching influence, not only within the region but also on the global stage. It has successfully fostered economic integration through initiatives such as the ASEAN Economic Community to the ASEAN Summit itself, enabling a greater trade, investment and connectivity among member countries. The ASEAN Way, emphasizing consultation, consensus and non-interference. It will continue to be a guiding principle that allows member states to navigate complex regional issues together. With its commitment to regional integration, it has driven economic growth, enabling millions to benefit from expanded markets across border and improved connectivity.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, President of the European Council.
We extend a very warm welcome to President Antonio Costa, representing the European Union, long-standing and strategic partner of ASEAN. Now, the EU-ASEAN relationship is built on shared values, sustainability, to human development, and a deep commitment to peace and rules-based international order. As one of ASEAN's earliest dialogue partners, the European Union continues to play a crucial role in advancing regional cooperation through green transition, connectivity, trade, digital innovation. President Costa's presence today reaffirms the EU's commitment to ASEAN centrality and its strategic engagement in the Indo-Pacific. Let us welcome the Honorable President of the European Council as he joins us for this important occasion. Strengthening ASEAN's collective voice as the global stage is enhancing its ability to advocate for rules-based international order, mutual respect, and peaceful dispute resolution. With ASEAN strategic partnerships with various countries across the continents, demonstrating its evolving role as a hub for international cooperation and multilateralism. Now, the spirit of ASEAN transcends beyond politics, fostering cultural exchange and mutual understanding that build bridges among peoples and nations. Now, today's celebrations will reaffirm ASEAN's dedication to combating the transnational challenges from cyber crime and pandemics to terrorism and human trafficking. As global dynamics shift, ASEAN's balanced approach between major powers helps maintain peace and prevent conflict in the region. Enshrines the commitment of member states to peaceful resolution of disputes and adherence to international law. With digital economies rising, ASEAN is focused on strengthening cybersecurity and promoting digital literacy across the region. Now, with the inclusion of Timor-Leste as a prospective member signals ASEAN's openness and willingness to grow stronger and more inclusive, reflecting the expanding horizons of regional cooperation.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, President of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste.
The Honorable Jose Maria Teres, the head of government of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste. We warmly welcome the Honorable Jose Maria, representing Timor-Leste, a nation that continues to make meaningful strides in its journey towards full ASEAN membership.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, President of the Republic of Indonesia.
Now, the Honorable Host's participation at the summit signals not just a diplomatic presence, but a growing and enduring partnership that will strengthen the ASEAN's community in the years to come. His Excellency Joko Widodo, the President of the Republic of Indonesia. Now, as the world's third largest democracy and a founding member of ASEAN, Indonesia continues to be a central voice in ASEAN's geopolitical identity and global engagement. Welcome, Your Excellency. Indonesia has consistently played a pivotal role in shaping the strategic direction of the region. With its vast reach to dynamic economy and enduring commitment to multilateralism, Indonesia actually remains a cornerstone of ASEAN's centrality, unity, and international engagement. Championing as ASEAN's collective voice on the global stage, advocated for regional resilience, and reinforced the importance of inclusive development. President Joko Widodo. We're currently extending warm and respectful welcome to each leader as they step forward to represent the nation on the important regional stage. Witnessing the arrival of these 16 leaders, whose presence today signifies not only their commitment to ASEAN's vision, but also the importance of deepening ties in an increasingly interconnected world. ASEAN's success depends on the sustained commitment of its members to uphold shared values of tolerance, dialogue, and cooperation for regional stability. Now, looking ahead, the future looks promising, with focus areas expanding to include climate action, digital connectivity, infrastructure investment, youth and education exchanges. Now, the cooperations to meeting that we've been seeing is not just reactive, but visionary, preparing all of our regions for a shared and sustainable growth. One of the factors was education, as it isn't just a national issue, it's regional. The frameworks show that we're building connectivity beyond borders.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, President of the Federative Republic of Brazil,
The Honorable Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, President of the Federative Republic of Brazil. We extend a warm and distinguished welcome to President Lula, representing Brazil, a valued global partner and a key voice in the global south. Brazil's presence today reflects a deepening ASEAN-Latin America engagement rooted in shared aspirations for climate action, inclusive development, multilateralism, and South-South cooperation. As the largest economy in South America and a leader in global sustainability discourse, Brazil brings a powerful perspective to regional and international collaboration. Under his leadership, especially on social justice, the environment, and global equity, it resonates strongly with ASEAN's priorities. Let us warmly welcome His Excellency as he joins a significant gathering of regional and global leaders.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, President of the Republic of South Africa,
The Honorable Matamala Cyril Ramaphosa, the President of the Republic of South Africa. We're honored to welcome President Ramaphosa, representing South Africa as a prominent partner in the Global South and a leading voice in promoting inclusive development, peace building, and multilateral cooperation. With South Africa's engagement with ASEAN, it reflects a shared commitment to a rules-based international order, sustainable growth, and South-South collaboration. A key member of the African Union and BRICS, South Africa continues to advocate for balanced global governance and economic equity. President Ramaphosa's leadership in advancing reconciliation to democratic values and economic reform will offer valuable perspective in today's complex global landscape.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, President of the Republic of the Philippines and spouse.
The arrival of the Honorable Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Now, as a nation with strategic geographic importance, the Philippines play a very critical role in advancing ASEAN's maritime security agenda, fostering a dialogue on territorial integrity and promoting sustainable use of marine resources. The Honorable Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s leadership will continue to strengthen the country's active engagement in
Announcing
ASEAN's
the
collective
arrival
efforts.
of His Majesty, Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam.
His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassanan Bolkiah Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam. A respected voice in ASEAN's journey toward unity, stability, and sustainable development. His Majesty has been a steadfast advocate of ASEAN unity, peace and moderation. With His Majesty's leadership, Brunei continues to play a pivotal role in shaping ASEAN's direction, particularly in areas of maritime cooperation, socio-economic development, regional stability. With His Majesty's presence, it reaffirms Brunei's enduring commitment to ASEAN's shared vision, a community grounded in mutual respect, regional resilience, and forward-looking cooperation. His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassanan Bolkiah Muzaddin Udaulah Ibni Al-Marhum Sultan Haji Omar Ali Safruddin Saidul Khairi Wadin Sultan and Yang di-Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam. As the final dignitaries make their entrance, we thank you for your attention as these arrivals remind us not only of ASEAN's diversity, but of its shared mission to act as one, to grow together, and to lead with a collective voice in the global arena. Let the day's events now unfold, guided by vision, trust, and enduring spirit of ASEAN cooperation. Now, the Master Plan on ASEAN Connectivity AMPAC 2025 supports physical, institutional to people connectivity. Looking into the energy and climate action, the ASEAN Plan of Action for Energy Cooperation 2026 to 2030, targeting about 45% of renewable electricity share and 40% of energy intensity reduction, to climate resilience, disaster risk reduction, and sustainable urban development that are central to ASEAN's green agenda. Looking into youth and education, the ASEAN Youth Dialogue empowered youth engagement on climate, human rights to health. The common space in Southeast Asian higher education was advanced, building the academic mobility and regional qualifications framework. From TVET, digital skills and inclusivity are high on the education agenda. To social cultural progress, efforts are focused on narrowing the development gap, gender equality, promoting human dignity across member states. To ASEAN, strengthening public health system, labor protection and social safety as post-pandemic. Now for the institutional reform to future readiness as a nation, ASEAN, there is a shared momentum for the reform, enhancing the efficiency, conversations between leaders, responsiveness, and agility in global affairs. Malaysia's 2025 chairmanship has emphasized reform, inclusion, digital innovation, and strengthening community building.
Distinguished guests, a round of applause as we announce the arrival
What a
of heads
remarkable
of state
sight
and
of
government
the
of
ASEAN
ASEAN
heads of states and
guests
governments
of the chair.